everybody, we're back, and I forgot to do the one thing I was gonna do, but that's okay. We'll skip the normal screen because I forgot to do it. I was having some trouble with getting my Celebrity Deathmatch to play. I don't know why that game won't play. So let's try CSI Crime Scene Investigators on the damn OG Xbox. Because for whatever reason, Mortal Kombat Deception works just fine. Celebrity Deathmatch hates me. I thought it was my Xbox. I was ready. See, look, it works just fine. I was ready to go get a new Xbox, but apparently it's not the Xbox. So let's give this Ubisoft game a try. I don't know when it came out. Usually I do the details there. 2002-ish. I don't know. That's what the box says. We'll go with that this time. So 2002-ish. Plus start to begin. I can't wait. I've never played a CSI game in my life. I don't even recognize that cast. High performance and so grainy. Handheld thermal IR imager useful for detecting heat signatures within objects. A device that deploys an electrostatic field on a mylar film to lift dust prints. Oh, investigator name. Dano 84. This is gonna be interesting. No, not 74. Backspace. 84. Okay. Alright, well, this is a different direction. I was gonna do Celebrity Deathmatch, but here we are, playing a game that actually plays in my console. And I literally went for one that was just sitting over there. So, we'll try this weird one out. Ew, it's so realistic. Well, it was, briefly.
Welcome to the CSI Crime Lab, Graveyard Shift. I'm Gil Grissom, and you must be the new intern.
I must be.
I know it's your first night, but we're short-handed and...
I like how his lips kept moving, but he stopped talking.
Grissom. Yeah, Jim. We're just leaving. We've got a homicide. I know you've got good problem-solving skills or you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
You'll have to jump right in on this crime scene with me.
Who made these
John
cuts?
Webster said, "Death hath 1,000 doors to let out life." Let's find out which one our victim took.
Who made these cuts? They're just like ship. So realistic.
First officer, fill us in.
Let's see, manager got a call from a guest complaining about noise. He checked it out, found the TV going pretty loud, and this young lady here who didn't exactly need it turned up. No signs of forced entry. Manager's name is Bert Sustin. He's pretty bent out of shape, but cooperative enough. You can question him if you want. Wish I had more for you.
I don't want to question Bert.
And the crime scene will have plenty to say. Probably a good idea to start with our victim.
Alright. Oh, so these are like point-and-click adventures. But it wouldn't let me click on anything in the bathroom. Go in there. I guess there's no evidence in here? Alright.
Since the TV was on, somebody probably used this recently. Maybe the killer. Let's find out.
It's gonna go right to the porn channel. I get tools. I'm not seeing anything.
We can't use that here.
Well, I just did. The controls are inverted, okay. Aha, I found some evidence. Is that it? Oh, I guess when you're done, that's it. Alright, what else do we got? Like, this is an exercise in me just clicking stuff. And not even very well. What am I supposed to click on in here, man? Oh, I can rotate the camera. Hey, buddy. Look, it turns green.
Let's check that TV for prints, too. Hotel room like this, we may have to sort through dozens.
It literally...
The right one may be waiting.
It's not very intuitive. Here's the thing, guy. If he was watching the TV with the remote, why would he use the TV?
Look, I know a girl died and it's a shame, but I got a business to run. Bert Sustin, I manage the hotel. What do you want to know?
I guess I decided to question him.
We only give keys out to registered guests. My, patrons don't like to be dropped in on, catch my drift.
Well,
I
yeah.
got the only master key. Showgirl on the strip, nice enough, never made no trouble. Kind of a regular here, made a half dozen visits over the past couple of weeks. No credit cards, strictly cash and carry, capiche?
Capiche?
If she had company tonight, I don't know. My business is minding my own business.
Interesting, feller.
No idea. First name was Kylie. Last, well, that kind of varied. Smith, Jones. Seems I remember her using a different name first time she filled out the checking card. Sure. I figured you'd want to see it. There's an address on it, too.
Oh, he's getting it for us.
Now, do you mind? Cops hanging around ain't all that helpful for my business.
Hey, you calm down. I'm clumsily making my way through this investigation, sir. What's this?
This is an expensive bauble to leave behind.
Bauble.
May rule out robbery as a likely motive.
It says KY, as in jelly. On paper, porous.
There's no prints here. We can't use that here.
Well, you never let me have any fun. I don't see any blood on it.
We can't use that here.
Oh, well.
We can't use that here.
I like how you completely use the item and then he's like, yeah, but you can't use that, so...
We can't use that here.
Alright, well, whatever.
Look at that. There's some bruising on her neck. These marks strongly suggest she was strangled. Likely
Graphic.
a violent killing. Perhaps there's more we can learn.
Yeah, why
Our
she
killer may
leaves?
be leaving us a message.
Nope.
We can't use that here.
Well, then how do you pick this stuff up? You just brush it off. It's money, it's
we can't
dirty.
use that here.
Ah, collection.
Try using a similar tool.
A similar tool? I just barely figured out how to get that tool open. Okay.
Perhaps there's more we can learn.
I get it, dude. Wow, it saves after everything you don't do correctly.
In ancient Greece,
Jeez.
families put a coin in the mouths of their late loved ones to pay the ferryman to cross the river Styx. Could be our killer is related to our victim and has a bent for mythology, or maybe this is a final insult.
Well, if she's a call girl, I'm sure he's not doing it. Alright, there's some rope here, or some cord. Yeah, let's collect that as well. Hold on. I guess let's analyze it first. I know, tell me I can't use this here.
We can't use that here.
Oh, okay, we can't use that there.
We can't use that here.
Alright, you know what, dude? Let's just pick it up.
We can't use that here.
What? Guess you can't use tweezers here either. What else do we got left? Swab?
We can't use that here.
Of course not. I know, you can't use that there.
We can't use that here.
Of course not.
We can't use that here.
I'm wasting so many supplies, it's not even funny.
Just a hair, right?
Jeez.
A tiny thing and yet so very big. Note, it is not the victim's hair color. Someone else was here, in close proximity to the deceased.
This is a... This is a exercise in frustration. Alright, let's back way the hell out. Hold on, I need to pick up this evidence I left here.
Initials KY engraved on it. This could help us establish Kylie's identity.
I told you, it's for KY Jelly. She's sponsored. Well, you can't look around here. Well, I guess we're gonna go for fingerprints.
We can't use that here.
Of course not.
Deep bruising patterns suggest a ligature, sexual ritual, or premeditated murder. There's nothing special there.
Hey, don't you tell me what's special and what's not special.
can't use that here.
Let's make a plaster. Plaster of her neck.
We can't use that here.
How? Wait a minute. I'm no detective. But how are we not swabbing for any kind of evidence here?
We can't use that here.
Yeah, she's full of blood. I don't think we need that.
We can't use that here. There's nothing special there. We can't use that here.
Here I go again on my own. Well, actually, we know it was a cord, so I guess there wouldn't be any fingerprints there.
There's nothing special there.
Oh, it just stays green even if you figured it all out. Alright, well, moving on then. So it's letting me click in the damn bathroom. Really?
Some kind of stain on the sink here. We should try to detect what it is.
I wonder if the 360 versions are any better. Look, I found blood.
A bloodstain pattern, trying to tell its story. Nice find.
Yeah.
If there was a struggle here, then why no obvious blood on the Vic? We should swab it.
Now you tell me what to do.
We should definitely have Greg take a look at this in the lab.
We should have Greg take a look. Because if I had to run the lab, we'd be in trouble. So no, wait, it doesn't stay green when there's more to it. Look. This is bullarchy. Did someone put their hands on the freaking faucet? Of course not. Well, maybe it does stay green. Just not on this lower level. I don't know, man.
We should talk to Doc Robbins at the morgue to see if he can confirm the cause of death. Make sure you've asked the coroner everything about the victim. He may find some extra trace evidence on the body.
Alright, so when do we get to leave, broski? Because... oh, this rope might be important. Of course, it's not.
Torn from the bed? Easily strangle someone with that. This could very well be our murder weapon.
It does. It's totally the murder weapon. All right. I don't think there's anything left to do here. Why not?
We can't use that here.
I think I've tried literally everything here.
can't use that here.
Except that brush.
We can't use that here.
Of course not.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Alright, I'm over it. What? Wait a minute. Oh, that's her. That's him.
We should talk to Doc Rob.
No. Do I have to find all the evidence before I leave this room? What was that screen? Hold on. Oy.
Hey, that's all I gotta say right now.
I think he's just a dude that likes feet. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
I've literally tried everything.
There's nothing special there. There's nothing special there. There's no prints here.
So if there's no prints,
We can't use that here.
oy.
We can't use that here. We can't use that here. We can't use that here.
Alright, I have nothing to do with this. That was not intuitive at all.
You're Grissom's latest victim, huh? Well, I'm in charge of the victims who aren't still walking around. Albert Robbins, welcome aboard. I'll do my best to answer your questions. How our Vic died, what the murder weapon was, maybe even the deceased's identity. And remember, I'm dealing with trace evidence you weren't even aware of at the crime scene, so don't be a stranger. When you need information about the body, just ask.
This was almost
After
as frustrating
death,
as
the human
Baldy.
body generally drops 2 degrees the first hour and another degree every hour after that, with a 4-hour give or take. Given the core temperature of the victim's liver and the ambient temp at the crime scene, I estimate she was killed between 11 and 11:30 p.m.
That's prime time.
Asphyxia due to strangulation. The hyoid bone, just under the bruising on her neck, was broken.
Oi.
Quick death, anyway. Found traces of skin under 3 of her nails. Not a lot, but enough to indicate she may have been trying to fight off her assailant. You can take it with you. Ran a rape kit, too. Sexual activity, but no sign of assault.
That's because she was on the job, son.
Fairly narrow ligature marks like these might indicate a rope or cord or even a twisted length of sheet was used.
I'm pretty sure it was a twisted length of sheet.
I don't know if you knew this already, but our victim had hepatitis C. Found interferon in her system. Nothing else unusual. Very healthy young woman otherwise. There are petechiae in the victim's eyelids, tiny pinpoint hemorrhages caused when the blood backs up into the capillaries. But with an internal injury like this, you won't have much, if any, of the victim's blood at the scene. Any blood you find is more likely the killer's.
I think we're gonna crack this case. You just click them and it turns green. Alright. You can't use this here. Let's go to this place now.
Oh, so you're the new pledge around the CSI frat house. How do you like the initiation so far?
Horrible.
Look, I know what it's like to be thrown in the pool and told to swim. I'm here for you. Greg Sanders. Confidentially, I'm the guy who keeps this party hopping.
Yeah, I was definitely thrown in the pool and told to swim. Alright, I think I've already touched.
Hey, you want to know the composition of unknown evidence from the field? You know who to call. You want me to run a DNA comparison on some samples? My pleasure. Just select the item you want me to analyze and drag it onto me. Don't be shy. You want me to compare a couple of items? Just give them to me. And if you want to use a computer or the microscope, just click on them and I'll tell you more. Now you know who really runs things.
Yeah, how come you're the most helpful person here so far?
I were you, I'd scan those prints into the computer over there and
Son
run a
of a
search
bitch.
for any known suspects.
Well, at least he's helpful.
Hey, good news. Found enough DNA for a profile, but comparing it to another sample is where the fun begins. Next to me, computer's your best buddy. It's hooked up to a number of search databases. Just drag the evidence onto either side of the computer and click search. To make comparisons, just drag evidence onto both sides and click compare. If you got anything, you'll find out right away.
So, what do I have to do here? Oh, wow.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work.
Wow. Dick.
motel owner doesn't exactly have a squeaky clean background, although 10 years can change a person.
Uh-oh, he's got a rap sheet. Oh, these are all random. Okay, so let's see if this process is easier.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work.
If I knew how to read DNA evidence, I probably would be doing that for a job.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work. Don't quite have a match there. Check the details when doing the comparison. Only when you're sure should you ask for confirmation. Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work.
I don't even know what spawned that. From the line searching, highlight search and press A to scan the appropriate database for potential matches. Comparing, drag a second evidence into the other frame from your results toolbar above and from the search result below. If you believe a match exists, highlight confirm match and press A for confirmation from your partner. Well, no, he's not confirming shit today.
Don't quite have a match there. Check the details when
I
doing the
don't know.
comparison. Only when you're sure should you ask for confirmation. Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work. Don't quite have a match there.
Alright,
Check
so we've done the
details
first
when doing
two.
the comparison. Only when you're sure should you ask for confirmation. Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork.
That's the third one.
Make sure you look close for subtle differences before
It's
you
gonna
ask
be
me to
guesswork
double-check
now,
your work.
buddy. And I'm pretty sure I've already turned this on.
Interpreting evidence isn't
Yeah.
guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work. Interpreting evidence isn't
So
guesswork.
none of those five work.
Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you
All
ask
right.
me to double-check your work. Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask
I just
me
was
to
looking at
double-check
his
your
rap
work.
sheet.
Don't be afraid of the microscope. It's your friend too. Want to look at something under it? Just drag any trace evidence onto either side of the lens. To compare two things, drag the second item onto the other available slot. If you find a match, your evidence and case files will update. Sweet, huh?
Unless you don't find a match. What? I thought we had stuff.
Check that out under the microscope. See if you can match it to a corroborating piece of evidence.
He literally... Oh my gosh, dude. Do I have to unlock everything?
I've done everything I can think of with that. What you got there is a partial print. Tricky little things, partials. Not enough info to call up a rap sheet in the database. Best thing you can hope for is finding an existing print or rap sheet and compare the partial to it.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work.
Dude, you suck.
A partial fingerprint could still be useful, though. We need to compare it to a full print to establish a match. Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work. Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work.
Blood, with plenty of DNA for me to draw comparisons.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork.
Dude.
Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work.
This...
There's a clear difference between those.
What?
Make sure you've got a match before you ask me for a confirmation.
I mean, if it's really this easy, then none of these match.
A partial fingerprint could still be useful, though. We need to compare it to a full print to establish a match. Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork.
Oh
Make
my
sure
gosh,
you look
this is
close
so
for
frustrating.
subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work. should do it for now. That should do it for now.
I don't know what the music was doing, but let's move on to the next
Come
phase.
on in, and I'm glad to see you. We've been shorthanded on the night shift for too long. I'm Captain Jim Brass.
Oh, I didn't know that was
Anything
his
you need
real
on
name.
the law enforcement side, I'm your new best friend. You want somebody brought in for questioning, need a warrant, an arrest, I'll make it happen.
I need an enema.
So what's up on the hotel killing? Ah, yeah, well, you have something here. This rap sheet gives us plenty excuse to talk to this charmer again. I'll have him hauled right in. Okay, just for a change of pace, let's try the truth this time.
You got no right taking that tow. I'm cooperating, ain't I? I told you before, I got nothing to do with this mess. Listen, my place ain't the Ritz, okay? Get the odd rough crowd, so I take my share of bumps and nicks. Comes with the territory. I suppose you never made a mistake, huh? I paid for my thrills.
He's gonna say he cleans the room.
Businessman now, strictly legit. Oh, what a shock, huh? I run
Yeah.
the damn place. Oh, how could my prince be in there, huh? Give me a break. Hey, that's all I gotta say right now. Hey, that's all I gotta say right now.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm back, dude.
nothing new to report on that. Nothing new to report on that. I've done everything I can think of with that.
I've literally clicked on them all.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work. There's a clear difference between those. Make sure you've got a match before you ask me for a confirmation.
How is there a difference? But
A partial fingerprint. Could still be useful, though. We need to compare it to a full print to establish a match. Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double-check your work. Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle
Forget something?
Apparently not.
Yeah? What do you need, guys? Yeah, I looked into our Vic's brilliant showbiz career, which consisted of one chorus line gig with a production that shut down a couple of weeks ago. Ah, yeah, well, you have something here. This rap sheet gives us plenty excuse to talk to this charmer again. I'll have him hauled right in.
Hey, that's all I gotta say right now. Hey, that's all I gotta say right now.
Oy. This is driving me
Yes.
nuts. No, don't you yes me, man. Something has to be done by this DNA, but man, I can't find any freaking...
Can't think of much more to tell you about.
Don't quite have a match there. Check the details when doing the comparison. Only when you're sure should you ask for confirmation. Don't quite have a match there. Check the details when doing the comparison. Only when you're sure should you ask for confirmation. A partial fingerprint. Could still be useful, though. We need to compare it to a full print to establish a match.
Well, I can't because you're not helping me out here.
There's a clear difference between those.
How?
Make sure you've got a match before you ask me for a confirmation.
There is literally no difference. They're exactly the same.
Can't think of much more to tell you about that.
This guy's gonna walk.
Need something?
No.
Ah, yeah, well, you have something here. This rap sheet gives us plenty excuse to talk to this charmer again. I'll have him hauled right in.
Hey, that's all I gotta say right now. Hey, that's...
I don't know what I'm... Give me a minute. I have to go back to the lab and smash buttons.
Tough to get prints or anything useful off money. This is no exception. Came up blank. Sorry.
So chipper, you fuck.
Can't think of much more to tell you about that. Just a torn bedsheet. Nothing special about the fabric or the way it was torn. I've done everything I can think of with that. Nothing new to report on that.
Oh my gosh.
Ms. Strickland?
This is
Jim
not intuitive at all.
Yes?
Gil Grissom, Las Vegas Crime Lab. My assistant and I would like to ask you a few questions.
Go ahead. Oh. Oh my god. Is it Karen? It's not Karen who got killed, is it?
Maybe we can answer your question, Miss Strickland, if you'll tell us about Karen.
My best friend when I was in middle school. Karen Yardstrom. We took all our Christmas money and bought matching bracelets, inscribed our initials on them. Oh, wow. I haven't heard from Karen in years. She isn't the one who...
That's a strong possibility.
How terrible. Awful. Oh, we ran in different cliques, you know, in high school. Hers was kind of a rougher crowd, but I never dreamed. I'm sorry, Mr. Grissom. I need to go back inside now. I hope I've been helpful.
You have. Sorry to bring you such sad news, Miss Strickland. Let's talk to Brass in his office, get him to track down Karen Yardstrom's real address.
Alright, now you're actually telling me what to do? After I've stumbled for so damn long? Wait, we don't want to check the hotel first? Let's go back to the hotel. Oh, it's this scene again? Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. Let's go talk to Brass.
Need something?
Yes, this time,
Sure.
I would like her address.
Seems she lived in the Hamilton apartments. I'll send a unit to open it up for you.
Sweet, now I can go to the... Now I can clumsily make my way to the Hamilton apartments. We're getting there. I wanted to end this
Looks
video
like
a minute
Kylie
ago.
kept things simple at home. Neat,
But-
orderly, almost compulsive. Sometimes a control freak away from home cuts loose, goes a little wild. Hundreds of years, investigators have examined correspondence and address books for clues. Today, that means checking out a victim's PC. Let's look at her calendar.
She's running like Windows
Her
95.
last scheduled meeting was at 10 p.m. with one Devin Rogers at our hotel. Possible suspect. We'll need to talk to Brass to find Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Huh, you even got to throw a joke in there. They did not want you interacting much with the computer. But
Hey, Kylie, it's your buddy Bart. Forget about me.
yeah,
Well, you ain't slipped my mind. Not when you owe me 3 bills for that TV you trashed. Oh, unless, of course, you can think up another way to settle up. You can do that.
Seems our hotel manager knew Kylie better than he was letting on. Let's bring this information to Brass.
yeah, let's call him in for the 4th time. Can we record a new message outgoing for, hello, this is Kylie.
Receipts from different hotels, ordered chronologically.
So you're saying she's organized.
Try using a similar tool.
Mother. Now I know why this is probably a better PC game than it is a Xbox game.
Prescription for interferon. It's used in treatment of Hep C infections. Dated yesterday. Kylie may have just found out about her condition.
Yeah, well, let's collect that, shizzle.
Drag the printout of Kylie's schedule on the search screen of our lab computer and run a search. See what comes up.
How is it? Alright, whatever. How is it? No, don't talk to me. Oh, I guess I have to talk to you, though.
They're just hotel receipts. Nothing special about them. Man, I hope she got air miles for all these. Analyze the meds inside, and just like the label says, it's interferon. Looks like the pharmacy did their job. I was able to lift some latent prints from it too. They look like partials. It's a magnetic chromium dioxide audio cassette tape. Nothing special to tell you about it.
Oh, you're not my favorite person, Greg. Alright.
Devon, the last person in our victim's date book, has a criminal record. Some recent temper control problem. Let's file that in our suspicious folder.
I feel like I'm already...
The devil's in the details, and it looks like we've implicated this devil.
Ah. Too bad we don't have his DNA. All right, let's go.
I were you, I'd scan those prints into the computer over there and run a search for any known suspects.
All right, let's take it back to the brass now. My gosh, this game is
What's up?
ridiculous.
Yeah, the files tell an interesting story about her. Seems she reported a stalker just 6 months ago.
Was his name Devon?
I'd like to tell you we busted the bum, but I'd be lying. And my gut says it's no coincidence she's on a silver tray now. Partial print places him at the scene. Nice. On its own, that might not cut it, but add that to his name popping up so prominently on the VIX schedule, oh yeah. Consider the warrant issued.
Oh, well then let's get one for the hotel owner.
This clown lied to us about how well he knew the young woman. Sure, he has legit access to the room. But any way you slice it, I can find a judge who'll give us a warrant.
Good deal. Let's talk to Devon
You
first.
say this Rogers was slotted to meet Kylie just before her murder? Don't need any more justification than that. We'll bring the boy right in. We appreciate you cooperating with us, Mr. Rogers.
Cut the BS. You have a warrant. What do you want? Kylie. Oh yeah, sure. The showgirl. I know who you mean.
Know her?
Yes.
How?
We were just, you know, friendly acquaintances. We'd get together, hang out, party a little. Nice kid. Sweet. Not hard like some of the dancers. Everybody liked her.
Somebody didn't like her. She was murdered tonight.
Kylie? Oh no, not Kylie. What kind of sick creep would hurt a nice kid like... Hey, wait a minute. You're not... Now,
Yeah,
you
we
don't
do.
think I... No way. Never. I'm no saint, but I never killed no one. Check it out.
Guys never killed nobody.
What for? I got a right to know what you wanted for, don't I? I mean, I didn't kill her or anything. Why should I help you guys entrap me?
Mr. Rogers, the DNA sample can help clear you. We're trying to eliminate suspects from our list. We have a warrant, sir. You can give it to us, or we can take it.
Fine.
Our intern here is going to swab some epithelial cells from your mouth and take a hair sample with tweezers.
Ow. Take it easy. Couldn't you have been a bit gentler with that thing? Yeah, I got a few cuts and stuff. Since when is that a crime?
It
Since-
isn't.
Since
but it
I'm
might
on the
prove that
case.
you committed one.
Zinger.
Jeez, I don't really remember. You know how it is with social stuff. 2 weeks, maybe? All right, okay, I won't lie to you. I saw her. I saw her tonight.
Where?
Hotel way down the strip. Champagne Hotel, I think.
Champagne.
Well, I do now. And I ain't too happy about having to get myself checked either.
Alright, that is all from you. I guess we go to the lab now?
What's up?
What's up? Well, I got all kinds of stuff.
Check that out under the microscope. See if you can match it to a corroborating piece of evidence.
They look identical. Strong likelihood our Mr. Rogers was in that hotel room around the time of the killing.
Do I have anything else I need to do?
The DNA reference sample from Rogers, but the real story unfolds when I compare it against another sample.
I guess it unfolds when I compare it against another sample.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure...
I got it. It's the wrong thing. We need the hotel owner back
Need
here.
something?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, well, you have something here. This rap sheet gives us plenty excuse to talk to this charmer again. I'll have him hauled right in.
What's that, a warrant? What the hell is this? I didn't do anything to that poor kid. Take his sample and get out of my life already.
Thanks, we will. Our intern here is going to swab some epithelial cells from your mouth and take a hair sample with tweezers.
Hey, go easy with that thing, will you? What, this your first night and I'm your guinea pig? So I knew the girl. Big friggin' whoop.
Big friggin' whoop.
Showgirl. Usually quiet, but she lost it last minute. Went all rock act on me, busted up a TV. 300 big ones to replace that sucker. Kid keeps promising to pay me back and nothing. Hell, I wouldn't whack a kid over trivial crap like that. What'd he take me for?
Nonetheless, Mr. Sustin, Kylie is dead. Murdered in your hotel.
Yeah, now give me a minute. I gotta go freaking back to the lab again. See Mr. Greg Sanders. Hey, buddy.
Okay, good. We've got the DNA reference sample from the hotel owner. This is begging for a comparison.
I'm sure it is. It's probably gonna be an exact match at this point.
Check that out under the microscope. See if you can match it to a corroborating piece of evidence.
Nope. I already know he'd yell at me for that one.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork.
What?
Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double check your work.
That's a match! Look, it's exact. Oy. Alright, let's go back to brass, I guess.
Need something? Ah, yeah, well, you have something here.
How do you pick
this
who
rap
it is?
sheet gives us plenty excuse to talk to this charmer again.
I've hauled this
I'll have him
hotel
hauled
room
right
guy
in.
in like 5 times.
Last rocket scientist to book that room busted the mirror. And guess who cut himself cleaning up the damn mess? I bled on the sink and the new mirror. Then I cleaned up after myself. After all that work, I turned on the tube and watched the news. Work for you?
No, it doesn't work, because now I gotta call in the freaking other
Need
guy.
something?
Yeah, call.
You say this Rogers was slotted to meet Kylie just before her murder? Don't need any more justification than that. We'll bring the boy right in.
Bring
There's
him in.
nothing else I can tell you right now.
Your hair was on the freaking body.
There's nothing else I...
Hey.
There's a clear difference between those. Make sure you've got a match before you ask me for a confirmation.
These are exactly the same.
Nothing new to report on? I've done everything I can think of with that.
What's up? Ah, yeah, well, you have something here.
I might have to end this here,
rap
because I
sheet
can't
gives
figure
us
this out.
plenty
This is
excuse to talk to
frustrating.
this charmer again. I'll have him hauled right in.
Hey, that's all I gotta say right now.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yes? Can't think of much more to tell you about that.
Interpreting evidence isn't guesswork. Make sure you look close for subtle differences before you ask me to double check. Interpreting evidence.
clear difference between those.
I don't... This has gotta be glitched. Whatever. If this doesn't work this time, I'm calling it quits. I can't keep doing this. Yeah,
You
bring
say
in
this
this kid
Rogers
again.
was slotted to meet Kylie just before her murder? Don't need any more justification than that. We'll bring the boy right in.
There's nothing else I can tell you right now. There's nothing else I can tell you.
Alright, I give up. You're losing progress made since your last autosave. Yeah, sure. Save my game. Okay, this is frustrating. Alright. That was a frustrating experience. I'm gonna have to look up if it's glitched or something like that, because there's no way. That was an obvious comparison. I bet if I load it up, it'll work just fine. But anyways, this was CSI. Frustrate Daniel as much as I can. Thank you for watching. We will see you on the next one. Maybe I won't look at the ones at 360. Maybe I will. Who knows? It was quirky, but we'll see. Anyways, we'll see you next time. And bye for the moment and for now. Take two. I'll probably use some of my bloopers from the other one at the end of this one. Because this is ridiculous.